Yash, Ricky, G Money, Andrew. What's going on, boys? I hope you guys had fun today. I know there's a lot of quick scalps. That's not usually how we trade, like all of us. Me myself, I like swing trades a lot more. They're much more relaxing. I don't have to watch the screen. But right now, the market, as you guys see, this is a daily chart for SPY. It's like down, down, and then a huge green day, and then a huge red day. So it's the market's just range bound. We're going up, down, up, down, up, down. Very volatile in both directions. It's almost impossible to swing trade on both sides. That's why the only swing trades I have on are basically bank puts for farther out because they're very relaxing. They don't move much, but if you're right on them, they pay a lot. So basically, what we had today was a complete sell-off on OPEX. It's a beautiful thing for anyone that knows how to play puts. Like we've been screaming here at MSL. I know a lot of people only play bullish, only play long. It's not gonna get you very far in trading unless you're very, very patient. I personally love puts. I love playing to the downside. It's very fast, it's very easy. And yeah, so we got that move today. This is complete destruction. So yesterday, everyone that was all bulled up, buying calls, buying swing trades, even me, I bought AMD yesterday. I thought maybe, they want to bounce this, for a little while, maybe a couple days, get those 4 hour oversold indicators to bounce a little bit before they bring us back down. What happened? It lasted one day. Only Wednesday was the only bounce. We bounced from here to here on SPY, opened there, and then right back down to where where the low of the day was yesterday. So basically, we have a bearish engulfing candle on the daily on SPY. We're under all the moving averages yet again. So even if we do try to make a move up, we're not going to go straight up in a line this time. We got to deal with all these moving averages that are going to form resist. They're going to act as resistances now. So let's see what happens next week. I do expect more downside. Why? Because OPEX is over. They don't have to screw over any more put holders. Next week can be really, really fun to the downside if we take out a couple of key levels. The key level is April 12th's low, which is at 436.65, guys. 436.65 goes, and we're going a lot lower. So this is the key level to the downside now on SPY. As you guys know, QQQ was the weakest today. Very apparent right from the open. I mean, look at QQQ, one green candle, one 5-minute green candle, and then straight down. Andrew, I'm glad you had fun, bro. I hope you learned something. You guys know trades left, right? Yeah, bro. Just keep studying, keep practicing paper trade, and get in here, bro. Like, start it. You got a lot to learn. So anyways, QQQ obviously, very obviously weakest of the day. As you guys see here, SPY right off the open, we ripped for 15 minutes before we reversed down and tested that low. Whereas QQQ had one green candle in the morning and then straight down. So it's very obvious to me. Why was it obvious? I'll show you guys a chart right here. So obviously QQQ weakest, close low of the day, ugly daily candle, complete bearish engulfing. And the thing is, QQQ's low from April 12th was 338.04. Today we got to 338.21. So the same thing applies on QQQ that applied on SPY. If we take out 338, then we see a lot more downside next week, guys. 338 key level on QQQ. And for right now, it's just a complete bear flag. All the bulls got excited here. Bottom's in, everything's in. Go long, take leaps, buy equity. I did not buy a single long-term call, single long-term equity, except for commodities. Uranium, make sure you're watching uranium, boys, and lithium. But that's neither here or there. One thing I want to show you guys, which no one will show you, is this bond. This is called UB, all right? UB is the bond, and this correlates with the NASDAQ, all right? So when you're watching UB, and in the morning, it flushed like this, guys, from 9:30. Let me widen this a little bit. UB, I know I give you a lot of stuff to watch, TNX yields, UB bonds. I give you so much stuff to watch. I know you don't have to watch it every single day. But this morning when I was watching UB, this is the 9:30 open, guys, right here. 9:30 open. Did not even have a single buyer. Look at this flush. And this is a bond. They're not supposed to move like this. So this move right here on UB told me that tech is going to be super weak today. So what did I do? I got rid of those AMD calls for a 4% loss, whereas we hit like 10, 100% plays after that, 50% plays after that, everything. But the thing is, when you're wrong, you get out with a small loss. That's basically a win, in my opinion. If you get out with a small loss or break even, that's a winning trade. If you ever take a big loss on a trade, that's a big loser. I don't care what your excuse is, what your bias is. If you take over a 30% loss on a play, that's a big loss, and you guys should stop trading that day and just take some time and review the trade. Why were you so stubborn in taking that big of a loss? XLF losing lows here, disgusting, completely rejected the 8-day moving average. We lost the low from April 12th. We lost the low from April 7th. We lost yesterday's low on XLF. XLF 38, 36.89, 36. So we have a double bottom actually from yesterday. We did not lose yesterday's low, but today we closed at the low, whereas yesterday we closed at the high. So XLF showing a lot of weakness here as well. Looks like it's going to flush. As soon as it gets through this little double bottom, I think a lot lower on XLF. IWM was the strongest one in the morning. And I told you right here, as soon as IWM loses the low of the day, the market's going to take a crap. And look at this. IWM lost the low of the day at 1040. Let's see what SPY did at 1040. 1040 right here. We were continuing to bear flag here and then finally broke down. But IWM was the only one holding us up. As soon as it started breaking down, the rest of the market went with it. VIX, huge recovery today. As you said, falling wedge, hourly breakout, had to consolidate, was too hot, came up, stayed in the ascending wedge, and now yesterday, remember what I told you guys. This was the support zone here on VIX, came down, formed a hammer candle off it. So what do I expect now is the question you guys want to know, right? The hourly on VIX, I think we go and test this ascending wedge now. Before it was support, now I think it turns into resistance. My VIX number would be around $25. When it back tests, obviously it's not going to go straight up in a line here. It's going to take some hours, maybe some consolidation, maybe some up. But I think VIX goes back up to $25 before it consolidates again, if the selling continues. So keep an eye on that $25 level. It's also resistance from here, 24.78, from here, which was 25.07. Right here, 25.07. So around $25. Watch for the VIX to start consolidating again. If it blows through 25 this time, it's going to keep going higher and higher, which means the market goes lower and lower. SPX flying through my levels. Levels were shared this morning. I just used spot gammas levels today, nothing fancy. They worked yesterday, so I used them today. 44.50 was the top. We barely got a candle above 44.50, rejected right away. 44.35 first support. Came down, bear flagged on 44.35, complete breakdown right next to the next level, 44.20. Bear flag up to, and I called it out in the group as well, 44.35 test, reject. I said we're going back to 44.20. If we hold 44.20, we can rip into end of day. If we lose 44.20, we're going to dump into end of day. What happened? Went down 44.20, based out here, tricked us out of our puts, and then made the real move down. Not only did it lose 44.20, it lost 44.11, kind of hung around here for a while, and then back up again. We took back out 44.20, sucked in some more bulls, and then dumped it on them as well. So absolute, like, literally the levels are so perfect, but even the market knows our levels, so they tricked us out. If you go to a 15-minute chart, it's even cleaner, guys. So the morning, you see it never closed that 15-minute candle. The first 15-minute candle never closed above 44.50. We closed at 44.42. After sucking in a lot of bulls, after stopping out a lot of bears, came down. You guys see the low of the body of this candle? The close was 44.35, so right on our support. Next candle blew right through it, 44.20 touch. Dangled around in here for about an hour and 20 minutes and then rejected 44.35 again, came back down right through. If you guys are looking at a 15-minute chart, it's very, very clean. Dangled around 44.11, bounced up, sucked in more bulls, and low of the day closed. This is a very ugly chart on SPX now. Not only are we below all the moving averages, we rejected the 8-day and the 21-day today. Below the 200, technically in a bear market, below the 50-day, everything is disgusting. Apple we got here. I know a lot of people nailed puts on this one. Yash, amazing trader. Bucky, amazing trader. Turkey, amazing. G Money, you helped out a lot today with that Hyro stuff, bro. Thank you. Obviously, Ricky's always in there helping out everyone. Here's Apple, complete dump all day. Look at, like, no significant bounce. They're just selling off tech today, guys. When Apple looks like this intraday, I don't think you want to be long tech, any tech. So let's see what happens Monday. Look at this end of day volume, bro. They're selling. There's market on close orders on Apple, I'm sure. Funds we're getting out of Apple. So on Monday, let's see what happens. We may get a little gap down. If we gap down on Monday, I'm getting out of my puts. If we open flat on Monday, I'm safe. If we gap up on Monday, I'm safe. I'm happy holding puts. But if we gap down, I'm out of my puts, like completely out of my puts. Reason being is the 4 hours are getting kind of nasty. Not really on Apple, but if you look at AMD, for example, we cut this one for a 4% loss this morning. It happens. Look at the AMD 4-hour RSI is at 26, guys. That's awful for AMD. 26. RSI back here was at 24, and we got a huge bounce. Back here was at 23, and we got a tiny bounce. And back here, look at the size of the bounces when the RSI gets in the 20s, guys. So any moment now, we can bounce massively. Just an oversold bounce, dead cat bounce, whatever you want to call it. Look at March 7th of 2022. This is when the RSI was at 27, and look at the bounce. We went from 101 all the way to 111.71. So $10 bounce, $11 bounce on AMD, almost just from an oversold bounce, and then right back lower. So I am going to be cautious next week about carrying these puts. Monday, again, weak Fridays lead to weak Mondays. Gap down, I'm getting out of all my puts. Other than that, Tesla absolutely crushed it both ways today. Good job, Yash. Good job, Bucky. Right in the morning, starting us off with a banger 100% play on the puts. And these two levels right here I took from Sachs. As you guys, I don't know, the free members, if you guys visited the SPX channel, he gives out levels on Tesla every morning. They're pretty good. And this morning, we held the lower part of his bear zone. Went up, came down. As soon as we lost this, I think this is when I joined Bucky in the puts, 100% in like literally 4 or 5 minutes. I mean, it doesn't get easier than that. You have to hold equity for years and years to get 100%, and you have to be right. So I'm happy with that. Took that off. Hit calls and puts at the end of the day. It was a fantastic day. Nothing else to say about that. AFRM. So Yash mentioned this UPST here. He took the puts earlier in the day. I opened them up. He was already up 20%. This is an ugly looking chart. Huge support at 86, 86.40, as you guys see back here. 88, 81, 86. So this 80 area was huge support back here. It's a gap fill right here, all the way down here till 62. And we were protecting that. We protected it here. It went below, but it closed the candle as a hammer above. Protected it here on March 14th, 15th. Protected it here on April 11th. Finally broke down the next day. And then yesterday had that big fake green day that probably scared everyone out of their puts. Today, right back down. Bullish, bearish engulfing almost. We did not, it's kind of an inside day actually. We didn't take out yesterday's high or low on UPST. So let's see what Monday brings. But as soon as he mentioned that, I opened up the puts. They're a little bit expensive for my liking. If I got in at his price, I would have loved them. But the first thing I think of when I hear UPST is AFRM. I don't know why. They just move together. I opened up the AFRM chart and look at this breakdown. So 35.68 was the final support on AFRM. Today we closed below it, down 8% on the day. The RSI is not oversold on the daily. Let's see, 4 hour. 4 hour is getting down there, but let's see what happens Monday. I mean, again, if we get a gap down, I'm going to sell all my puts. If we get a gap up, I'm probably going to add to them. So let's see what happens Monday. Other than that, a fantastic OPEX. I hope you guys, if you guys didn't make any money or didn't trade, I hope you guys learned something. That's it. Like, learn before you earn. Very important. And I hope you guys enjoyed your day. Thank you guys for attending. I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy your weekend, boys.